Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, calling on 12. Okay, I got Echo Alpha 8. I missed the suffix there, sir. But my name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I'm in the southeast of England, about 20 kilometres southeast of the city of London. I'll give you a report on the next over, but the Echo Alpha 8 station, please go ahead.
Okay, madre, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Echo Alpha 8, Echo Delta. Again, Echo Alpha 8, Echo Delta, from Gran Canaria Eastern. My name is Jose, Juliet Delta Sierra Echo. Thank you, Mark. Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Echo Alpha 8, Echo Delta.
Yeah, Echo Alpha 8, Echo Delta. Jose, thank you for calling me today. And you are 5 and 5 in the peak, 5 and 5. With some QSB, dropping you down to about 5 and 2. But today, Jose, I'm using a 5/8 wave vertical antenna for 10 meters. The radio is an IC-7300 by ICOM, and my power 100 watts from the radio. So probably not so much power being transmitted your way because the antenna is wrong for the band. But yeah, in the clear, 5 and 5, no problem. Back to you, sir.
Thank you for the contact of Mark. Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Echo Alpha 8, Europa, Dinamarca.
Yeah, thank you for that, Jose, and it must be very nice on Gran Canaria today. Here in the southeast of England, we have about 22 degrees Celsius. We have some clouds, but it's not raining. It's a nice day, Jose. What is the Whiskey X-ray on Gran Canaria? Back to you.
My condition is Yaosi Foxtrot Tango 991. Antenna multibanda, antenna window multibanda. 200 watts, 200 watts in antenna.
Yeah, 200 watts from your 991A and a Wyndham antenna. Okay, gracias, Jose. Gracias for this QSO. And I wish you and your family a fantastic weekend. And I'd like to speak to you again in the near future, maybe. If you hear me calling, please come and say hello. But thank you for this first contact on 12 meters. And I hope we have many more. You take care, and gracias, mi amigo. Hasta la vista.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for your weekend. Thank you and the family. Bye-bye.
73 Jose. QRZ, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie 10, CQ10, CQ on 10, CQ on 10. Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, calling 10.
Hotel Echo, Virgin Islands.
Okay, I've got the Bravo 8 Virgin Islands. Very good afternoon to you. The name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. I'm in the southeast of England. I'm just 20 kilometres or 15 miles southeast of the city of London, just using a 5/8 wave vertical antenna. So let's get that call sign in the book, and I'll try to give you a report today. But thank you again. Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, listening for the Virgin Islands.
Juliet Charlie Fox. This is 3 Bravo 8 for Hotel Echo. 3 Bravo 8 Hotel Echo. Call on Mauritius Island. We worked on the 13th. We worked on the 13th of this month. I hope you call me. It's only marginal. It's early here on the island of Mauritius. and all of the lights have come on in residence, and all is 200 LED lights on. So you're fighting an uphill battle with 200 LED lights, I'm afraid. But I'm just copying you anyway, so I think I've called to wish you a very good evening. You're just about being notified about strength 3, about 5 and 3 with me. Back to you, 3 level 8 hotel.
Yeah, 3 Bravo 8 Hotel Echo, Paul on Mauritius. Yeah, thank you, and for coming back to me. Yet another good contact, Paul. You're just 5 and 1 to me, 5 and 1, and with the QSB, you're dropping to a 4 and 1. So absolutely no problems to copy you. And I do know the big problem with the LED lights. Yeah, I have that in my kitchen. If my wife turns on the lights in the kitchen as we go into the winter, that's it for me. On 10 meters I lose everything. But I can give you a 5 and 1, genuine 5 and 1, and I see we've worked twice this year at the beginning of the year, and we also worked last year, 2023, on the 14th of March, and I believe you may have been my first contact out of that area on 10 meters, and it's quite possible that that day you was hearing me on various QSOs working QRP, possibly into Greece and Saudi Arabia, and then after you I spoke to someone in Australia. So yeah, I sort of, it's all coming back to me, and I hope I've got the right Paul. But today I'm using, Paul, IC-7300, which is what I was using in 2023, and the 5/8 wave vertical. The last 2 times I spoke to you in the beginning of this year, in March, I was using an FT757 Golf X-ray. So there you go, it's all good stuff. But you're in the logbook, Paul. I hope this wasn't too long of an over and I've lost you. 3 Bravo 8 Hotel Echo, this is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot.
Yeah, hey, Bravo 8, Mark. I think I've lost you, so I heard your call sign there. There's a few stations calling you, so I'll leave you to work them. 473 from 3 Bravo 8 Hotel Echo.
Yeah, 3 Bravo 8 Hotel Echo M0 JCF returning. Absolutely fantastic, Paul. And I'll tell you what, we'll talk again in the near future as the propagation picks up, as we move into the winter. I'm sure you'll hear me on 10 and 12 meters. Come and say hello, and we'll carry on and get those LED lights sorted out, all 200 of them. Good luck, 73. Have a great weekend. Thank you again.
You like it, over? Yeah, 73, Mark. You're doing well with that.
Yeah, the station ending United, the Mauritius station, is actually not his frequency. He is now QS wide. This frequency is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. 4 Zebra 5 Charlie Charlie, this is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. I can now hear you, sir, on the other frequency. I could not hear you. The audio was wrong, but your audio is good now. My name is Mark Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I am in the southeast of England, 20 kilometres southeast of the city of London. 4 Zulu 5 Charlie Charlie, this is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot.
4 Zebra 5, Florida Whiskey. 4 Zebra 5, Florida Whiskey. 4 Zebra 5, Florida Whiskey. 55, 5x5. My name is Eagle from Haifa. 5x5. My name is Eagle from Haifa. Haifa is Roger.
Okay, Peter, I've got you now. 4 Zulu 5 Foxtrot Whiskey, I believe. Very difficult to hear you. You are just 4 and 1. You are just 4 and 1 to me. I'm using just a 5/8 wave, a vertical antenna, a very simple antenna. My radio is a ICOM IC-7300 and 100 watts. but it was very difficult to hear you. But now I hear you, and your report 4 and 1 to 5 and 1, 4 and 1 to 5 and 1. Back to you. Yeah, thank you, and apologies for not hearing you earlier. It was very difficult, but now I have you in the logbook, and 73, good luck and have a great weekend. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye, shalom.
Shalom. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, southeast of England. Okay, nothing is heard. CQ, CQ10, 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 CQ on 10 metres. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, calling CQ10, CQ10.
4 Lima 5, Ontario.
Okay, 4 Lima 5 and Ontario. Very good afternoon to you, sir. My name is Mark. That's Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I'm in the southeast of England, about 20 kilometres southeast of the city of London. You have a very good audio, so I should be able to give you a clear report. Back to you, 4 Lima 5 Ontario. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot.
Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Florida. This is 4 Lima 5 Ontario. Good afternoon, Mike. You're 5 and 9, 69 with the QSB in Georgia. Maybe Somar, Ontario, Mexico, America Radio. Maybe Somar, and you are 5 and 9 in Tbilisi, over.
Thank you, Amari, and very nice to speak to you today from the country of Georgia. Not many hams in Georgia that I speak to very often, but today, Amari, you are 5 and 4, peaking 5 and 4. I'm using a 5/8 wave vertical antenna. My power is just 100 watts, and my radio is very common. It's the IC-7300. But today, receiving you 5 and 4, Amari. How do you copy? 4L5 Oscar. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Fox.
Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Florida. 4 Lima 5 Ontario. QSL, it's a very strong QSB at this moment. Propagation is going up to down. Okay, Mark, thank you very much for QSL. I'm just running 100 watts and Delta Loop antenna, 480 meters band Delta Loop antenna. Thank you very much for Q and consider it SDR unknown 7,000. Thank you for QSL. Wish you best regards and see you again. This is 4 Lima 5 Ontario. Over.
Yeah, 4L50 M0 JCF returning for that final. Amari, an absolute pleasure to speak to you today, and good to get you in my logbook for the first time. Your Delta Loop actually working very well. You're peaking 5 and 6 with QSB way down to 5 and 1. So big QSB on the signal, but perfectly readable all of the time. Good luck, have a good weekend, and 73 to your family as well. 4L5 Oscar, this is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Fox, goodbye, 73.
Thank you very much for QSL. The propagation it's a very quick change, quickly changing. Okay, 73 and see you again, 4 Lima 5 Ontario.
Yeah, thank you, Amari, and good luck, old friend. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, southeast of England.
Echo Alpha 8, Charlie Whiskey Alpha.
Yeah, Echo Alpha 8, Charlie Whiskey Alpha. I do recognise that call sign. I think we maybe have spoken many times, but very good afternoon to you. My name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I'm in the southeast of England. And Alex, we have spoken many times, but today you're very loud audio, very good. I'll give you the report on the next over. Echo Alpha 8, Charlie Whiskey Alpha. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot.
Mark, your friend, thank you Palma Island. Congratulations, mi amigo. Good weekend, good day. 73. Un abrazo, Marque. Ciao, ciao.
Yeah, Alex, just 5 and 2, but you're very, very loud, very clear, very good audio, and great to speak to you again. Always come and say hello to me, Alex. It's always a pleasure to say hello to you. Gracias, mi amigo, and hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista, Marque. Ciao, ciao, amigo.
Yeah, ciao, ciao, amigo. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, southeast of England. Nothing is heard. CQ, CQ10, CQ10, CQ10. Here is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot. Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot. Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, calling 10. Okay, the station, please go again. You may be a QRP station. You were very, very weak, very difficult to hear you. But please try once more. My name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. I'm 20 kilometres southeast from the City of London. Station calling me. Try again, please. Okay, I've got the Germany 4 and I've got the Kilowatt Mexico, so I am just missing one letter. I'm not sure where that letter goes. I would imagine between the 4 and the Kilo. So I'm missing that letter. I would say that on your last transmission you were a readability 3. There was some flutter in the call sign, so I'm suspecting possibly some aircraft flutter or some sort of vehicle flutter, but the signal strength was way on the floor, just a 0 to 1. So if I can get your call sign, I can revise that report, but at the moment you're about a 3 and 1 to a 4 and 1. The Golf 4 ending Kilo Mike. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Fox. No, you'll have to give me that again. It's really difficult to hear that letter. I'm really struggling with it. I'm in Sidcup in Kent, so just southeast of London, and just using a 5/8 wave vertical antenna. So try once more, please. Okay, I'm so once again struggling. Have I got the I've got Golf 4 Sierra Kilo Mike. I'm not sure if that's right. Which puts you in South Yorkshire, which that just doesn't seem right to me for the propagation that we're having. So you'll have to correct me on that. Apologies for that. I'm just really struggling to hear the correct call sign. So you may even have an international prefix on the Golf 4, and that might be what's throwing me. So go again and let's see if we can get you in the logbook. But at the moment, I'm just recording you as a 3 and 1, a 3 and 1. Back to you. Okay, still struggling with that. I'm getting all sorts of maybe I'm just old man and I'm having hearing problems, but I think you possibly said you was a Golf Echo 4, which we know you can now use Golf Echo 4, but I'm still got the Kilo Mike at the end, but it's just literally it's getting the complete call sign. I don't know if there's any other phonetics that you can use. It's just really difficult, and I was just wondering if you could also give me a name and a location to see if I can pull that out of the bag as well. Gives me an idea of what's going on. The station calling with George 4 and Kilo Mike in it, please try again. Okay, now I'm hearing Papa Victor in the mix, so I really not too sure now if we've got. I can't see that we've got Papa Victor 4 and George Kilo Mike. I really don't know. It's it's really difficult. Look, I'm really apologise about this. As I say, the audio has got lots of flutter in it, and that's really, I think, the problem. Because of the flutter, I'm just not pulling you up off the floor, as it were. You're just not moving the bar graph on the IC-7300. You're not moving the bar graph at all, and of course the audio is quite marginal, so very difficult. I've got no QR Mexico or anything. It's just the signal path is giving you this wobbly sort of fluttery sound, and it's just not coming across to me. Back to you. Okay, I've got George 4, Papa Victor Mike. If you give me a QSL on that, and at least then I've heard it. But I'm now hearing George 4, Papa Victor Mike. And if that's the case, and I'm just looking you up on QRZ, I've got Paul in Chelmsford. So yeah, it's the ground wave across the River Thames, and I would imagine that the flutter is coming from London City Airport. So give me a QSL if that's what we've got there. Back to you, George 4, Papa Victor Mike. Yeah, okay, Paul in Chelmsford. We got there in the end. As I say, it was a really difficult. But now knowing where you are and knowing the signal path on the ground wave, I mean, that's quite a distance for us. Across the ground, what we're talking about, 25 miles, which, you know, isn't a big distance, but given the terrain, given the London City Airport traffic and other traffic that's probably flying up the Thames, then it's no great surprise that I had all of that flutter coming from you. But I got you in the logbook, and I'm logging it as a 3 and 1, Paul. I'm logging it as a 3 and 1, but I won't hold it with you, only because it was a real strain on the ears. But we've got you in the logbook. There's plenty of long distance stuff around on 10 meters today. I've worked the Mauritius, I've worked Georgia, which is I suppose just south of Russia, isn't it? And the Canary Islands, had quite a few out of the Canaries, so there's a bit around. So hopefully you'll have better luck than with me, and they'll hear you a bit better. But yeah, you're a 3 and 1, and thanks. I think you said 5 and 6, but I'll leave it at that. So I won't hold it, and just have a fantastic weekend. And I really enjoyed the experience, and that is the truth. I did enjoy the experience of pulling that call sign and the information from the airwaves. It was it's always a challenge, but it's why we do it. You take care and have a great weekend. Back to you for a final, Paul. G4 PVM, this is M0 JCF. Okay, I think you signed off. Really difficult, Paul, but great work, and look forward to the next time. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, South East of England. Okay, the station with Washington in the call sign. Once again, very low to me. Very low indeed. You were just about a 2 and 1 to a 3 and 1. So please try again. I will try to get you in the logbook, but very difficult on 10 meters today. Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, listening. A negative copy. Apologies and good luck. Thank you for trying. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot calling CQ10, CQ10, CQ10. Okay, the one with Washington Echo, please try again. Very low to me, but please try again. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot listening. Now, negative copy again. Apologies and good luck. QRZ, QRZ, this is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, southeast of England. Okay, gotcha that time. 4 X-ray 1, Sugar Tango. Very, very difficult conditions. The signals are there, then they're completely gone. But my name is Mark. That's Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. I'm in the southeast of England, about 20 kilometres southeast of the city of London. And if I can hear you, I'll give you a report on the next over. 4 X-ray 1, Sugar Tango. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Yeah, Tim in Tel Aviv. Yeah, got you there. Just 5 and 1 to me, Tim. Very pleased to be giving you a 5 and 7. I have noticed actually with this 5/8 wave vertical antenna that I'm using, my signal reports are always a lot lower than the report that I've been given. So I can only surmise from that my antenna transmits a hell of a lot better than it receives. So we'll have to correct that for the future. I'm thinking of making a 2 or 3 element beam for 10, 12 and 15 meters, but we'll have to see how that one goes over the winter maybe, or maybe next year. But yeah, just 5 and 1 to me, and with the QSB you are dropping way down. And apologies if I'm being presumptuous here, do I hear an Australian or New Zealand accent, or is that just the way the propagation is? Back to you, Tim. 4XY1, the Sugar Tango, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Fox. Yeah, 4X1STM0JCF. Okay, Tim, well, thanks for the clarification on Birmingham. I say, you don't sound very Birmingham, which is, you know, I suppose that's just my ears and the propagation path, etc. Well, we'll say we're using an IC-7300 here. 5/8 wave vertical and just 100 watts. It's just I've decided this afternoon just to give it a short while on 12 meters. All I was getting on 12 was the Canary Islands, and then I moved to 10 meters, and it's been fairly consistent in your direction. Well, the furthest one was 3 Bravo 8 Hotel Echo down in the Mauritius. Paul, I've spoken to Paul quite a few times. Not bad, well, not really surprising, seeing as there's not many hams on Mauritius. Then I've had a couple of 4 Zulus, a 4L5 Oscar out of Georgia, and a few others. But yeah, it seems to be in your direction, seems to be the favourite path at the moment. Back to you, 4X1STM0JCF.
I've also got an IC-7300 that's a bit worried. Had it for about 5-6 years, but I think they changed really. Unless I have a or something like that. And GCS 4X1ST.
Yeah, 4X1STM0JCF returning. Yeah, well, I've had this radio probably 2 years now. I actually sold a TS590S to buy this one, and but generally I use older radios, Tim. I use old Kenwoods, old Yaesus, even KW equipment, that sort of stuff, you know, stuff from the 60s, 70s. A lot of valve equipment, a lot of hybrid equipment, and in fact I was using my TS830S yesterday. Now I'd repaired it just over a week ago. I repaired it. I replaced one of the power supply capacitors, and blow me, yesterday exactly the same problem reared its ugly head. One of the power supply capacitors has gone. It drops my power to 20 watts, and the high voltage on the output valves drops down to about 150 volts instead of the normal 900 volts or thereabouts. So I'll probably have to now find out why it's popping the capacitors. I mean, it could just be that I've replaced one last time, whereas I should have replaced a pair. And the other side of the coin is I am using second-hand capacitors from old transceivers, hybrid transceivers that I've decommissioned, you know, and taken apart. So it may just well be, you know, these radios are getting old and tired, and you know, they're sort of struggling with modern day long rag chewing. I don't know, but it definitely came up yesterday afternoon with the same symptoms while I was CQing, and I thought to myself, do you know what, I'm going to leave that for another day now. I've got so many old rigs that I've got half restored and nothing's really getting fixed permanently, so I'll have to come back to that. So I just fell back on this one, this IC-7300, because I know it pretty much won't let me down, and I can dive through all sorts of noise and stuff like that. 4X1ST M0 JCF. Yeah, 4X1ST M0 JCF. I'm just checking, Tim, have we spoken fairly recently? I've just gone on to QRZ, I've just looked, and your photograph looks familiar. It might just be that, I don't know, maybe I've heard you and I've looked you up, or have we spoken? I'm just going to put you into QRZ, but it's just your photograph seemed familiar, not the call sign at all, or the conversations we may or may not have had. So let me just put that into QRZ, and no, we've never spoken before. Do you know what? I must have heard you in the past when the path has been opened up to the Middle East. I must have heard you on more than one occasion, and you know, you do a quick search on QRZ, and then 9 times out of 10 though, with the Middle East, when I find the Middle East CQing themselves, they tend to have pile-ups, so it may have been quite possible you had a pile-up, and I thought, you know what, just another day. But of course you've now gone and corrected all that for me and given us our first QSO, apparently. I mean, I could be wrong, I may have spoken to you before and just not logged you on QRZ, just in my paper logbooks, because I'm old school. Despite me not having a Golf 8 or a Golf 0 or a Golf 4 call sign, I actually failed the RAE in 1978, so I probably would have been a G8 or a G4 or a G0 by now. And so way back then I was keeping paper logbooks for shortwave listening and all sorts, and it stuck with me. I think since I was licensed in 2017, I'm onto paper logbook, no, something like 15, and you get over 1,000 contacts per book, so it gives you an idea of how I've been operating. 4X1ST M0 JCF.
makes much more sense. I'd love to know what happened to my old logbooks from 1978 when I got my license in June 78. So, yeah, that'd be interesting. Mostly Baghdad is 2-meter sideband, a little bit of 77. FM, but not very much. But, yeah, certainly understood what I was at right now, all the way forward.
Okay, Tim, 4X1 STM0JCF, yeah, we got a little bit difficult in that one. I know you were telling me about your logbooks and you wondered where they'd got to from 1977, I think. And then at that point, you dropped from a nice, consistent 5 and 1 to a very inconsistent 3 and 1, 2 and 1. In fact, well, you wasn't moving the bar graph on this radio, but the audio was definitely suffering. It was getting really difficult. As I say, you've been fairly consistent the last 5 minutes, and then just like that it dropped off the cliff. Listen, mate, I won't hold it with you much longer, only because I don't want it to be a strain and then I lose you without saying goodbye. So for now, I'll say have a great weekend. Look forward to you dropping in on me, and if I do hear you in a pile-up in the future, I'll be sure to jump in. I'll accuse you of being an Australian, and then we'll talk about old logbooks, and then you'll remember who I was. But I'll say goodbye for now, and maybe we'll pick it up another time. But it's been a great pleasure to speak to you. Always nice to talk to an expat. And I made actually a copy of your call sign GARGQ. I know you don't use it anymore, but it's one of those things that I put in my paper logbook, and if ever I do refer back, which is very, very rarely, if ever I do refer back, I've got extra notes there. It's always good, you know, if the internet was to go down or something like that, or I'm operating where I haven't got access to the internet, that sort of thing, which happens now and again, then I've always got some sort of record, I suppose. All right, mate, take care. Best 73, and hopefully I haven't lost you by rabbiting on. 4X1 STM0JCF. Yeah, cheers, Tim. As I say, it got a little bit marginal. You did just actually come back up over the wall, so it was nice to actually hear you say goodbye. You take care and be safe, and hope everything goes well over there. And bye-bye for now. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot, South East of England. Nothing is heard. CQ10, CQ10.